It's closed. What does it say? Keep home. I don't know.
Hi Mike, so you're a local resident. Understand you were mayor of Westbury once?
I was, yes, many years ago.
Excellent. So what do you think about this hospital being closed?
It's a disgrace. It's been here so many years doing good service for Westbury, and at the moment we have Swindon Hospital in black alert, we have Bath Royal United in black. In fact, people at Westbury Gent was down there 2 weeks ago and there were 3 people outside of the door in the corridor. They could be back here, these Westbury people, convalescing and then going home as it used to be. It was a community hospital serving the community.
It's interesting that our government at the moment, has, in fact recently, have said we need community hospitals.
In today's paper, the new Supremo is talking of a combination of County Council, Social Services, NHS getting together to bring back this type of hospital, and this is why I think we should be at the vanguard of a movement now, getting the people of Westbury, indeed West Wilts, to use this wonderful asset.
Do you think there are many people? I know there was a meeting in the local town hall advertising the fact that this property was now for sale through the NHS property fund. Do you know anything about that? I mean, would the town be interested in buying it, or am I correct in saying that you've already donated £1 million to refurbishment in this hospital?
The League of Friends have collected over £1 million over the years. Obviously they're still going at the moment, but they're not actively fundraising for this hospital. But you are right, they want to put 72 houses in here in place of this, and once it's gone it won't be there for the future. An ageing population demands that these places be kept open and utilised. The future is of elderly population needing this type of property, and at the same time, of course, Westbury as a town council, as a town itself, as a community, only had the 40 days notice it was coming up for sale. Had it not been for an article in the White Horse News, most of us would have been completely unaware it was available.
That's quite interesting from my point of view, because I'm pretty of a layman when it comes down to politics, but I am aware that some time ago the government changed the policy on property. Now Andrew Murison is our MP, is our sitting MP at the moment, and I've spoken to him briefly by email, and now he supports the idea of beds being made available on this site. Now I would ask you, do you think Andrew ought to go one step further and say we would like the hospital kept on this site and no need for changing the site around, and no need for building another 72 houses in the Westbury area?
Most people in Westbury, I would believe, would say yes, we wish to talk with Andrew Morrison. I understand he will be coming to talk with the town. At the other hand, they accept that beyond the hospital there are 2 paddocks belonging to the hospital which were there in case they ever needed to extend. They could be utilised for housing. It is needed, and therefore, and the 106 from those houses would actually enhance the hospital, so you could have mixed development. At the same time, our local White Horse Surgery could utilise a room. We need chiropody, we need radiography, and they need a new x-ray unit. That could be incorporated, which would bring in funds. It would be utilised not only for the Westbury community, but for the general community of West Wiltshire.
Well, thank you, Mike. Now, Eddie, you're president of the Royal British Legion. Now, what do you feel about this shenanigans that's going on here?
Well, I spent 2 years along with Andrew Murison, who was brilliant helping me, to try and stop the sale of this site on the basis, A, as Mike says, we need the facility in the town with the ageing population, and B, it's a 40-mile round trip to Bath Royal United Hospital, and when you get there it costs you a fortune to park. And my wife was, speaking personally, my wife was in there for a month, and I went every day. That's a lot of travelling just to go, you know. I don't begrudge her visiting my wife, but it's a long way. She could have come back here at some stage. And the other thing is, of course, this site was paid for by two benefactors and the local people of Westbury back in the early 1900s, before the NHS was formed. It's the same as any cottage hospital in most of the towns. They were paid for by the people of the town. And the law of the land at this moment in time, as far as I understand it from a local solicitor, says that you cannot dispose of a gift to the townspeople without a referendum of all the local eligible voters locally, and get a 75% yes vote of all the voters, not the ones that turn out on the night, all the voters.
So what we're hoping to do here by making this little film is to put more information out to Westbury and the general public about cottage hospitals.
Right.
This is an election year. We are keen to have a Conservative government, some of us, if they stick by their pledges. But if they're not sticking by their pledges, they're going to drive us to another party and another group of people working that will stick by their pledges. Now,